Now, from Fayetteville, high on the hill, this is the Pig Trail.
13-0. What's the end of the game score? 24-13. That was one hell of a game, and especially one hell of a second half. Man, y'all just beat Tennessee, man. Okay.
I don't care who you are, watching Grant Morgan doing a backflip is always impressive. Welcome into another Sunday of your Pig Trail Show. I'm Melissa Orange alongside Mike Irwin. And Mike, these days, these games, these shows, so much easier when we're talking about a win. So it's exciting. Arkansas winning over Tennessee 24-13 last night. We're going to break it down offensively and defensively when you look at the storylines for this one. And it was a second half turnaround. That was really the biggest thing here in offense that, Mike, you used a great word yesterday, was flat in the first half. Looked like a unit recharged out of the locker room. 24 unanswered points to take the lead and hold on to it. And like that speech that we just saw at the beginning of the show, Sam Pittman's message was heard loud and clear at halftime.
I've been coaching a long time, and 13 points, you know, it's not like we were down 50. And our locker room felt a little down whenever, so I just said, hey, look, man, we're going to get the ball. We're going to go score. Your defense going to hold them. We're going to be up before you know it. Just keep the faith.
We should have had that going in the first half. We just weren't executing. So we knew, like I say it every week, like once we execute and do what we're supposed to do, people can't stop us from scoring points. We're going to score points when we execute. So it's all on us to just execute the coaching plan.
Mike, you look at it, and a lot of credit goes to Felipe Franks.
Yeah, once again, we've been reminded of what this football team was missing the previous 2 years. In the first half, when Franks was struggling, it was like a flashback. The offense laying a big goose egg. What a difference after that. Started with this methodical 17-play, 75-yard touchdown drive featuring 5 first downs. This was what Tennessee was supposed to be doing. But Arkansas's next 2 possessions were the polar opposite. 4 plays, 2 touchdowns, fueled by Franks, who showed off his arm strength and accuracy, but best of all, he made use of multiple targets, which is a hallmark of successful passing quarterbacks.
On the pass to Burks, kind of a broken down play. You know, he did a great job of working with me. You know, we do those type of things like scramble rules, and you never know when you need it until you need it. And Burks did a great job of redirecting with me. I'm proud of Kern, man. He works extremely hard, very deceiving, big guy, but also, you know, as you guys can tell, has a little bit of wheels.
Felipe gets the job done. He's a warrior. Obviously, in this league, especially, you have to have a great quarterback if you're going to be good. And Felipe's been nothing but great for us this year.
I tell you what, it's just such a pleasure to have a guy that can deliver.
Yeah.
I mean, he may not play the whole game. He may be a little bit cautious at times, but he's not making mistakes that cost you football games.
Yeah, Mike, when you look at this season, 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and in the last 2 games, that ratio is 6-0.
You know, that's so big. As I said, having a guy that's not going to kill drives with turnovers. Frank says he tries not to think about it, but he also admits it's kind of a goal for him. He sometimes gets criticized on social media for being too cautious, taking too many sacks. But to me, if you're in doubt, tuck it, go down, let the other team's quarterback take big chances and turn it over. And that's what we saw in that game last night. It was Tennessee's quarterbacks with the 2 critical turnovers. Both times they had a chance to score. Turnovers. You
can always score with the offense's ball in the hand and not hand it over to the defense, and that's how you score points. So especially, all right, now we know that Treylon Burks can make plays, but Cole Kubelik told this story about Burks during the broadcast last night. Check it out.
Well, you need a guy with killer instincts, right? You need a guy that wants to sort of go for the jugular. And I was speaking to wide receiver coach Justin Stepp before the game about Treylon Burks, just how special he is. And he said, listen, anytime he gets free time, he's either going out to the pond or he's going to the woods to hunt. The difference is when he goes hog hunting, he does it with a knife. What? There's no bow. There's no firearm. Treylon Burks hunts hogs with a knife. That's a picture of a hog that he took by himself with his hands and a blade. All I can think of is Mac from Predator when he's running through the woods and takes down the hog with a knife himself. And Treylon Burks is that dude.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard pass for me. Those wild hogs are mean fellas. No thanks.
It was a little hog. Come on. I know enough about hogs to know if there's a big one out there, you don't take it on with a knife. If I'm Sam Pittman and I find out he's doing that, I'm like, nope. You're not doing that anymore.
I need you for the season. You could do that when the season is over. Maybe when your Arkansas career is over and you're not my responsibility anymore. All right, coming up after the break, we're going to talk defense, able to shut out the Volunteers in the second half, and what those halftime adjustments look like after the break.